Come on. Come on. You can investigate that all day. Time for our good morning walk. And I don't know, I'm guessing it's probably about 70, 72 right now. Overcast, which is nice. We didn't get the thunderstorms, but there was some rainfall last night. We were not witness to it, but we saw that the world was wet when we got up in the middle of the night. The Bravo boy did not mind one bit. Where's it going? We laid down. You ever have one of those just, I've got to lay down right now, I'm exhausted? Well, I had one of those, and it was in the evening at like 7 o'clock, and it kind of hit me out of nowhere. And laid down, I woke up at 12:30. And what really surprised me is what I'd planned on doing was reading a ebook that I'd checked out because I had my biannual, semi-annual, whatever the hell. Anyway, biannual is kind of like bi-monthly, is it? Come on now, scoot over. There you go. Good, good, good. There you go. Anyway, had my doctor visit, so I checked out a Kuntz ebook from the library system to read on my phone rather than sit and play silly games because I'm not a good waiter person. I have knitting or something. Ooh, there's some wind. I didn't hear anything about wind. But anyway, Bravo. Whoa, we're pulling, buddy. And anyway, so I checked out this Dean Koontz book. And sure enough, yeah, I heard. Nope, further down, further down, further down. Come on. I know, but we're going further down anyway. Bravo. Okay, this is a good spot. So anyway, it did so much better at keeping me calm in an atmosphere. Calm, I mean, it's not like I'm going to jump out a window, but I mean, spending less time analyzing my surroundings, that might be the way to put it, and looking at the potentialities of everything that's growing in the petri dish known as a hospital. I guess I'm not a germaphobe, I'm a total diseasephobe, and I don't know, it just, of course, dis-ease, which means whenever I'm in that environment, I am less healthy on every level. Good location, buddy. But anyway, so what I discovered, not really a surprise, that reading that Dean Koontz book, total escapism, and so I wasn't even there while I was waiting. And so anyway, in the evening, as I had pretty much expected, Koontz usually, if not always, over here, I find totally engrossing and expected to spend virtually all of my day reading. I didn't, but I did spend a great deal of time reading that book on my phone, which was, reading a book on my phone is not my preferred method of reading. I like audiobooks because whenever I listen to an audiobook, I can knit, and I like a hardbound book. Come on now, let's go. I like to hold a book. So those are my preferred ways of reading. And however, my preferred way of reading if I lay down, which that's usually not how I read, what is it? It's a Motorhead. But anyway, when the book is engaging, I don't know what the now I can lay there on my I can have the TV on and have those and play those silly ridiculous games on my phone and stay awake for hours. Well, evidently if I have nice Native American flute or nature sounds playing and reading on my phone, I get sleepy. I don't know if it's a combination or if I really was just tired, because I never took a nap yesterday. And anyway, I don't know. But it was interesting. So anyway, so this weird sleeping schedule I ended up with. Okay, let's go. Come on. Whenever I woke up at 12:30, the cats thought that was awesome. It was like, thank goodness, because dang woman, you went to sleep so early. So they kind of enjoyed the whole swap up in schedule, and they were able to cut loose as the nocturnal creatures that they are. And anyway, I ended up staying awake, and it wasn't the reading part, evidently, because I stayed up and finished. I didn't stay up. I stayed laying. I got up for a while, and then it's like, well, I'm going to go ahead and lay down and continue reading, and it knocked me out earlier, so I'm probably going right back to sleep before too long. And no, it wasn't the reading that made me go to sleep earlier, because I continued in the same method with nature sounds playing, reading the book on my phone, and finished it. And stayed awake much longer than I'd originally planned, and didn't go back to sleep until I think it was about 3:30. And then we slept until after 7 this morning, which is most unusual. And woke up feeling just great. I don't know how much of a role maybe that pass out rest yesterday was necessary. Needed rather, and feel rejuvenated, or it was the reading material, because Dean Koontz, one of the things I love about him, kind of like modern fairy tales, guaranteed happy ending, and it did not disappoint. Very uplifting. Okay. So anyway, and I'm trying to recall what the name of the book was. I don't know if it was it seemed very short. Listeners, or I really don't remember the name of the book. I mean, gee, I finished it in a day, so. And unless I'm reading some kind of... You are kidding me, people. Just leave it the hell alone. It's not yours. I gotta put a game cam up on that damn pole. But anyway, got the bees working. Oh, got a little sparrow working. Okay, come on. one flower in the muck. Let's go. Bravo, honey. And I think one thing I love is, hold on. He has, over here, he will have a dog. There's almost always a dog that plays a major role in his books. And that always makes me happy. Yeah, that I can at least read about very well-behaved animals and very patient humans with their animals. Nope, we're going to leave that alone. But yeah, I get on the scales twice a year. Okay, whenever I go to that review. And evidently on my last visit, there was an error put in my records that I didn't notice at the time. Because my weight had gone down a bit during my last visit. As it had been for the last couple of years, and began whenever I went vegan. And anyway, well, what it indicated, and you know, I could almost hear alarm bells going off, was nope. 20 pounds in 6 months. Well, it wasn't. It was about 10. And so I was like, no, and what was the prior one to that? Because I knew that over the last 2 years, it had been a steady decrease. You know, nothing. I get on scales twice a year. Obviously, it's not that important to me. Feeling good, that is important to me. And anyway, you crack me up. And so I was very glad, and I do just have a very good rapport with my provider. We joke a lot, and I like that. And if it's not a mutual respect, he's one hell of an actor. And anyway, but he's also training another, and so it was the other that did the preliminary interview. Scoot. And I really liked. And he's studying, mine is an osteopath. I'm a total, come on. It wasn't until the intern and I don't know if they use the same language, you know, as those going after an MD. But anyway, it wasn't until he was asking, because I wanted to verify he was indeed studying to become an osteopath, which he was. And anyways, we were talking about it, and I said, he asked me, you know, if I had much experience with MDs, why I had a preference, da-da-da-da. And I thought it was rather astute of him to be curious about that. And it wasn't until I said it that I realized it. What I said was, over the years, I have always sought out osteopaths. I was brought into the world by one, and virtually up until my mid-teenage years, that's what the same one treated me. Bravo, further down, further down. And anyway, so I said, here's what I can say. I have been to quite a few MDs over the years. Most of them whenever I was much younger, and at the insistence of my mother, who was determined to find there must be some cure for this wrongness with my child of hyperhidrosis, which, I mean, you would have thought that it was a curse sent upon her rather than an extraordinary inconvenience for me as a young person. But anyway, I never saw it as anything more than that, an extraordinary inconvenience. And then later, whenever I went into computers and breaking out the soldering gun and messing with circuit boards and things like that, and thinking, this is how I die. You know, one little drop of sweat off my fingertip, and there you go. So anyway, so I did have experience with MDs as well. Good morning. Good, good. As well as DOs. And I said, in all those experiences, I have met one outstanding MD. What's that, dear? Oh, are you? That's a great way to start the day. Get grounded in the very beginning of the day. Yeah, I sat last week, Sunday, we went out to the holler. And I sat in my folding chair. I often read or crochet or whatever out. And I usually sit right on the edge of the bank and walk the creek with him a little bit, and then I'll sit up, you know, and do my thing. And it's like, well, no, I'd rather set my chair in the creek. So I did. And anyway, because I always have to have a little bit of time out of with my feet on the bottom, you know, to ground and feel like I'm part of the universe again. And anyway, and I sat there, and I felt something. I looked down, and there were all these little minnows all over my feet. You know, they were just having a good old time. First time I jerked my foot, and I felt really bad, hoping I didn't hurt any of them. And it's like, you know, in Japan, I think they pay a lot of money to have this done. Here I am, back in a holler, getting it done for free. You smell the gas. Come on, bravo. But anyway, in all those years that I had one, nope, only one positive MD experience, and or what I would consider an outstanding. Did the bag scare you? He was like, the bag doesn't belong here.
Yeah, I guess I've befriended the scooter kids.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen the scooter kids?
Yeah.
Like all night long.
I know, but I worry about him without any headlights.
I know that one finally got a headlight, but he's the only one. The rest of them, like, they'll come down to you. They only stop at a stop sign, straight through it. And one of them's gonna get plowed one of these days, but they just, I mean, and they fly down to your.
Well, they do, but what I worry about is they have no reflectors, nothing.
Yeah.
And it's like, put a piece of reflective duct tape across your back. You know, I don't care.
Keep a flashlight to your head. You know?
Anything.
The kid probably is too.
Oh, weren't those pretty?
If a person was put a for sale sign on those, how much would be a reasonable price? Because I knew nothing about that stuff.
I don't either. But if I were into something, especially the iridescent glass, I'd pay $20 a piece.
$10?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking of it,
Well, and I'm not, but
that would be.
it would be fair. They've got wicks. They're not
brand new.
chipped. They're
Brand new.
yeah.
Ain't ever, the wicks ain't ever used. But yeah, I think.
That's sweet.
Hey, you have a good one.
You too. Okay, Bravo. You gonna say hi?
Ain't no problem.
Yeah, and then I'm a little concerned because There's this one dog on the shelter site that came up on Facebook. It's a Great Pyrenees. And you'll understand this. Anyway, it just called to me, you know, and I was like, no, don't, because no.
Yeah.
And it was on a 5-day hold. Well, then yesterday I realized this is more than 5 days. And so sure enough, I went to their page and I looked, and it was day 6. And I'm looking through, you know, all these comments for an update. And there's really not one from the shelter. So finally I called. I was, I think, a little abrupt and left him a message. And I said, okay, I'm calling about this dog, and they know who I am, you know. And I said, I just want an update. What is the status of this dog? I don't see one on your webpage. And then I'm not getting a call all day. They finally called me yesterday evening. And anyway, they've been trying to get a hold of the owner, and the owner keeps saying that he's going to come get the dog, and then keeps not doing that. And I said, okay, here's what I want you to do. I said, I'm familiar with Great Pyrenees. If it's a pup, if it's 2 years or younger, I am absolutely out for the dog. It won't work at all. If it's an older Great Pyrenees, they're not active, you know. I mean, a walk a day and they can be fine, you know. And they're lounge dogs otherwise, you know. And they would get to herd the cats and him, and you know. I said, however, you know my situation. I live in my shop. I put me at the bottom of the list. However, keep me on the damn list. Well, you know, and that just, and I told her, I said, she said, well, we just don't understand, you know. And I said, well, I don't either. You know, she said, we keep contacting him to come get the animal. And I said, well, you know how I would be if it were my fur baby. I'd be like, get your ass out of bed, get down to the shelter. I don't know how he ended up in your hands.
He probably got the $100. You know, that's probably because Evan Kraft, he donated, or he sponsored, like, oh my God, it's been a while back, but he said, like, there was, what did he say, like 10 or 11 dogs that had owners that couldn't afford to get them. I was always under the impression that when you had
I see. Okay. Hey, whoa. Shh. Just watch the baby. Watch the baby. Shh. Nope. Hey, shh. Yeah, the baby's going. We're just going to watch the baby. That's good. I know, but they're going home, so we're not going to meet them today. We'll meet them another day, I'm pretty sure now.
Did you see that Family Guy with Brian, you know, the dog on there? The dog on Family
Yeah.
Guy, he talks, he's a human.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, there's a dog in that car. Hey, there's something. And he goes, hey, dog, fuck you. It's like, that's what they do.
But anyway, so this guy donated what, to cover people picking up their animals?
He took a day, that's been about a year ago or so. He took a day and sponsored dogs and cats.
Mm-hmm.
And like paid everybody's adoption fee when they came down. And I thought that was really cool, man. And like, I think he said 11 dogs, if I remember right, was there, but the owners couldn't come up with $100 to get them out. So they contacted him when he was done. So you have to come down and get them.
Yeah.
So I was always under the impression that you paid the dog tax. If your dog got picked up and had one of those things on the neck, they got to get them out free or whatever.
Oh, I don't know.
Because they still, like, yeah.
So far, fortunately, I've never been in that situation.
But
But I would be happy to, honestly, if they had my baby, it's like, how much you want?
oh, yeah.
It'd be the same as anybody else.
Extortion.
I mean, yeah, because it would be.
Yeah. But yeah, but like, you know, if you adopt one, it's to go spay and neuter and all that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they gotta make the money where they can, you know what I mean? But $100
Yeah.
hard to come by nowadays, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'd feel it.
I mean, but.
Well, we have in our values, you know,
Yeah.
if somebody's just, you know, if they can't go get their dog because they've got to pay their light bill,
Yeah.
all right?
Yeah.
Hey, I get it, but tell them.
Yeah. Yeah, there should be some kind of funding for that, though. You know what I mean? Like, we voted down, well, I didn't. We voted down all the levies and everything.
Yeah.
There should be Amazon's. That's all.
Well, we have that extra 1% now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then there's
Well,
that craziness.
That's going for the beautification of Spelman. You gotta polish this turd, you know what I mean?
Well, and I tell you what, beautiful children of God. So I know the small person in me is really getting pissed off messing with the damn covers on the water and sewer covers.
Oh, yeah.
Have you been seeing that?
Yeah, yeah.
And that really pisses. Mine's been replaced. Okay. The thing that annoys me about it is like, okay, you beautiful being. I'm guessing you don't have a friggin' water bill. Guess who's going to pay for that damn thing being replaced?
Yeah.
And it's not you.
Yeah.
And that's what annoys me. It's like,
Yeah.
you being a punk is you being a punk, and I understand. I know how to be a punk. But, yeah. And sure enough, and one of them's been pulled off. Mine was broken.
Really?
Yeah, mine was taken off and the iron broken.
You didn't, like, P-port on it?
Yeah.
Like, why?
Well,
Punks?
yeah, just punks.
Oh.
Just punks being punks.
I mean,
and
I
then
see them loose and sunken like down there. It's busted up and sunk in.
oh no, there's the same one. There's one on the hillside. I don't know how far down you go on Pike Street, but after that road that goes up, there's one on the bank over there that's pretty high up. And sure enough, it's been pulled off and physically removed, because you know they keep one bolt on, so it just swivels. It's been physically taken off and dumped and thrown over in the ditch, which is about 5 feet. Again. And it's like, I mean, I'm glad it's not broken, but because that's wide open, the valves and everything else could be damaged. Somebody could lose their freaking water. So anyway, I'm like, would you stop?
This gas meter has leaked. Like, do you smell it when you walk by sometimes?
Often. I always comment on it. It's like, oh,
I
there's the
called.
lovely smell of gas.
I called them like 2 years ago or something, and they got this guy with a sliver thing. You know, it's like a
Yeah.
sliver. And I was like, it's leaking, ain't it? He said, no. I was like, come on. I think you can smell it.
I can walk by and smell it.
Your sliver says it ain't leaking. Well, just piss on the fact you smell it.
Well, what is weird though is I don't smell it every day.
Not all the time, but at night and stuff, it's like.
Is it
heavy.
strong at night?
Yeah, it's real heavy at night.
Well, I guess it would be. It is heavier.
I don't know why though. But if you walk past it now, I can't smell it.
No, I smelled it this morning.
No, did you smell
Yeah.
this one? It's constant, and somebody's paying for that. I ain't got gas, and I don't work.
Yeah, somebody's paying for it. But if you go boom,
Right.
then you have a bill. See ya, hon. Come on. Yeah, jaw jacking, taking part in ugliness and beauty. Yeah, that was a cute little terrier of some kind. It looked like I don't know, maybe rat terrier, Chihuahua, Jack Russell mix. It was a very pretty dog. Walked very well, and looked like a young man walking it. So hopefully it wasn't bred irresponsibly, intentionally. Not a fan of the whole buying and selling dogs. I guess the only animal I would buy now, I would buy a horse. Come along. My uncle is raising, he and his wife are raising low-line cattle. And that was something I wanted to do years ago whenever had different plans, and was planning to hobby farm until my exit from the planet. Who knows? It may still happen, something else. Something will happen, guaranteed. But anyway, so But buying and selling dogs, yeah, not a fan. I used to buy fish. Love aquarium fish. I do miss having an aquarium. We can watch one on TV, huh? Oh, that's great. And he told us we can go down there too. We might do that some mornings, Bravo. Go down and stand in the creek every morning. Be a very good way to start the day, wouldn't it? There we go. You have a smile for me? You have a smile? Nope? Okay.